Welcome to Carm Kayla. I am Kayla Kinnear. I'm here with Mark Carman, and this is a milestone for us. It is our 30th Carm Kayla episode.
The odds that we would ever make it to episode 30, they were stacked. No one believed. We had to fight.
Where's our cake?
I don't see anything for us, but that's okay. We're still here after 30 episodes, and we would like to thank our 30 most loyal viewers. You know who you are. We love you.
And thank you to Richard, who's put in a ton of work.
Richard is the key to the show.
It's the glue that holds us together.
Without Richard, there is no show, and really there is no life and there is no world. The Eclipse wouldn't have happened this week without Richard.
We're going to get to that, actually.
I can't wait.
But first,
yes,
boxing. The biggest fight we've all been waiting for is here. OMG. Who do you have winning?
OMG. I'm sticking with Floyd. I think that that's the safe call here. If I had a ton of money, like if I was the Maloof brothers who bet $800,000 on him to win 160 grand, if I had that type of dough, I'd make that wager. I think it's a good wager, all things considered. But, you know, I talked to Mike Dice, our MMA expert here, fan-sided for all your coverage. Got to go to Mike Dice. He's the man.
And he'll be there.
He thinks that Conor's going to win. He wouldn't really say it, but he kind of said it anyway. So there's at least, I think there's a little momentum for Conor out there. I'm more interested. Are you going to watch the fight, Kayla?
I'm rooting for Pacquiao.
Yes, I didn't ask you that. Are you going to watch? Are you going to? I know you wanted. I know you're rooting for Pacquiao.
I'm kidding,
okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
If I can watch it for free somewhere, yes. I'm not going to pay for this.
Well, are you going to make it a point in your Saturday night to go out to some establishment where the fight is on?
Yeah, I would do that. While I think Mayweather will win, I kind of hope McGregor pulls an upset.
Why?
Just because it'd be fun.
Okay, just for the story and the drama.
For the sport.
Because you're in media and you want to have things going on.
Right.
Are you going to be in Chicago for this?
And McGregor's insane.
Or are you going back home to see Ken and Di?
No, I'll be here this weekend, actually.
Wow.
I know that's shocking.
It's like one weekend a month we get Kayla to stay in the city. So, well, maybe, you know, we can have a whole viewing party. I heard a rumor that Fansided might be open Saturday night.
Really?
Yes. Will you come into work to watch it?
Can I bring wine?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay, great.
You absolutely could.
Consider me here.
All right, there we go.
Okay, moving on to the NFL. Preseason still underway. Scary moment this week for Odell Beckham Jr., who took a shot to the back of the knee. Did not look good. Luckily, he's okay. What do we do about players like this? What's the answer?
Well, you know, Odell is trying to be out on the field, get ready for the season, but the Giants haven't given him the extension that Odell Beckham deserves. And even though they say they're going to do it, they haven't done it. So then he puts himself in peril, right? Shot to the knee. This is why players want to get hit in the head and risk concussions more than they want to have their knee blown out, because then their career is going to be over. They can't make the money. They'd rather make the money now and worry about down the line. So there's just a lot of issues out there.
Can't they still rest him, though? That's what I don't understand.
Arrest him?
Rest him.
Oh, rest him.
Not play him?
Sure. I
admire him for not holding out. I think that's admirable. He's like, listen, I'm here, I'm putting in the time, I want to work, I want to be here. I like that.
Right, it's all beautiful, but then there's also the risk of playing a very violent, scary, dangerous sport. And guys like Odell, who's done everything he can on the field to prove himself, and has, I mean, the Giants do want to pay him, so and will pay him. But I just think it throws another spotlight onto the amount of risk and the non-guaranteed contracts that NFL players live under, which is why they say that come 2021 there's going to be a major lockout. And if I was NFL players, I would say simply that we get guaranteed deals just like they do in baseball, just like they do in the NBA. I would collectively bargain that. I'd sit down until I had it. It's the most dangerous sport. It's the one sport that you should have a guaranteed deal. So that's what I would do. There's my advice to the Players Association. I know that's very unlikely to happen. There's a million hoops that would need to be drawn through, and it could be, you know, NFL owners would fight it tooth and nail, but they really deserve guaranteed deals. Hi.
Listen up to Mark Carman, you guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Also in the NFL, the popular anthem protest this week during the Browns-Giants game, we also saw a group of players kneel during the anthem and prayed.
Am I crazy?
So here's my thought.
Yes, go ahead, please, Kayla. Please.
While this is slightly better, and I'm a big advocate of prayer, and we all need some Jesus in our life, don't do it during the national anthem. There are players after every game who meet at the 50-yard line and pray. Do it then. Why do you have to disrespect your flag, disrespect your country, disrespect the people who are fighting for you and your freedom. I have a problem with it during the anthem.
Right. A lot of people feel that way. They don't see it like they're disrespecting. They think they're actually empowering those people. They're trying to bring light. You can't, if you do it after the game, it doesn't get the attention that it's going to get. And
I'm all about like putting hands on each other's backs during the anthem while you're standing with your hand over your heart. Like, that's great. That's showing support. That's showing unity. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, we're on different sides here. I don't think they're disrespecting the flag at all. I know that
they said they weren't. I get it, but you're not standing with your hand over your heart. That's
right. But they're saying a beautiful prayer during the national anthem, and they're trying to draw attention to things that are going on, like in Charlottesville. That's why I had so many people here, and the movement of that, like, you got Nazis who are feeling comfortable to come out and show their faces. So this is what they're about, and I give them a ton of credit for. There of course are going to be people that are going to say negative things about it, but it's a huge group now, and you've got white people and you've got black people, and it's I just think the NFL deserves a lot of credit for trying to take a social stance. It's not comfortable, and they're doing what's on their heart, and I do not fault them for it at all. And I give you a huge applause. It's a serious thing. I understand where you're coming from too. Well, distraction for what?
They're clearly seeking attention, doing it while everyone else is standing, saying the Pledge of Allegiance or
you're
the
talking
American
about guys that no
anthem.
one's heard of here. You're talking about punters. I mean, listen, I think that they're very much capable of doing that and then going out and playing. It might even play better.
Okay.
Just being that present. Because they're just that there, Kayla. Just like you are right now on Carm Kayla. You're super present.
I am. This flusters me. Anyway.
I know. But I think we can. I think we're there. It's good for them to have people who are flustered right now and to.
I think we can go about it different ways. Is all I'm saying.
That's fine. But if they were going about the other way, we wouldn't be talking about it right now.
We could still be.
But we wouldn't be.
Okay. Well, moving on. There you go. Also in the NFL, Roger Goodell likely to get a contract extension very soon.
You know what's amazing to me about
his is up in 2019. So
yeah. So you know what's amazing to me about Roger Goodell? He started as an intern.
He's worked his way all the way up.
In 1982.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many jobs I've held in my career? Now maybe this is
Tell us.
Too many to think about.
How much time do we have?
Not enough. So maybe it's just an indictment of myself here. This guy has been in the league office. Now he left for a brief period, but he's been in the league office working his way up. It's really a testament to him that he was able to rise the way he did. Now, that being said, enough with Roger Goodell.
You're over him.
The players don't trust him. The fans, he's just wherever he goes, he's getting booed. He is not an asset for the NFL from a public relations standpoint. So they're acting like NFL owners are acting like he's the only person in the world that can be the commissioner. I think there's lots of people that could step into this role and actually might have some juice with the players and owners, and it wouldn't be just this one-sided situation. So, I mean, Roger's obviously done a great job. He makes the owners a ton of money. But I think we've all had enough of Roger Goodell. I've had enough of Roger Goodell.
I don't have a strong opinion on this either way, actually. He obviously hasn't gotten under my skin enough for me to care that much, but I think he's doing the best he can. I know he's been highly criticized and all that good stuff. But is there a commissioner that is well liked?
Well, listen.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they've lied. They've lied about CTE. That we didn't know that football causes concussions. He's done double talk a million different times. It's a guy that's trying to act like he actually cares about the players when you know it just. There's a lot of gross things about Roger Goodell. I don't want to sell. You should be angry at Roger Goodell, but you should be angry at Roger Goodell.
I think there are more pressing issues.
Like,
to be mad about.
Sure, great. Well, of course, there's more important things than
people protesting the national anthem.
Well, okay.
Kidding. I won't bring us back to that.
Well, that's okay, Kayla. But okay, we've had a Roger Goodell discussion.
You want him out? Gone.
Listen, he'll be fine. He's earned over $200 million. Roger's had a great run. I think it's time for him to do something else.
What would you suggest?
How about work at a zoo? I think he'd be phenomenal there. Media relations at a zoo.
All right.
Come see, take care of animals. That'd be beautiful.
Say one heck of a transition. Okay.
San Diego Zoo would be great. They don't have a football team anymore, but they could have gazelles at the San Diego Zoo. It's a premier zoo.
Perfect.
Goodell to the zoo. I'm Mark Harmon.
Anyway,
Hi.
going on in the world of entertainment this week are a few things. First of all, this is more like science, but we had the eclipse this week and we felt very left out.
Well, the eclipse didn't happen in Chicago.
We had 90% visibility. Should have, but it was cloudy.
I was told that it was going to drop 30 degrees. That didn't happen. I was told that it was going to get dark. That didn't happen.
I think that's if you're in totality.
The bottom line is it was cloudy here. I maintained the whole time that the eclipse was a hoax. And
Okay, Kyrie.
right. And I don't want to be a flat earther here because I'm not. But the excitement that was around the eclipse, I just didn't get it. It wasn't resonating with me. Now, I've seen like really emotional people who are in the path of totality and they were crying, and that's beautiful.
People, I feel like, either had a very strong opinion one way or another. They loved it or it was completely overrated. So I had to see all of my friends and family in St. Louis who were basically in the path of totality. So it went dark, the cicadas started chirping, everyone was like, this is so cool. I saw everyone's pictures. I had really bad FOMO because when a big event like this is taking place, I like to be a part of it. I felt like the entire country was like having this party and we weren't invited because I didn't have glasses and it was cloudy here.
And you were whining at your desk.
I wanted to be a part of it.
Right, and then you were worried.
Everyone's like, it's a once in a lifetime thing. You have to see it in real life. Like I watched the live feed, the NASA live feed. That was pretty cool.
You were worried
but I didn't
that
see it with my own eyes.
You were worried that the glare from outside through the windows was going to blind you.
I thought for a second my eyes were hurting and I got nervous.
You thought that you were going blind sitting at.
I don't wear contacts or glasses and I want to keep it that way for as long as possible.
Right. So let me just say it was fascinating watching Kayla sit at her desk paranoid about the eclipse.
I'm also a hypochondriac.
Clearly.
Which we've stated on this show before.
Episode number 30. Kayla's a hypochondriac.
Okay.
So am I.
We both are. I was going to say.
Different levels.
Yes.
The eclipse didn't scare me at my desk.
I was just worried about everyone's eyes yesterday. Apparently you could take your glasses off once it was fully covered if you were in the path of totality.
You're a very caring person. That's the lesson here. You cared about everyone's well-being and your own.
And my own. I was more mad I wasn't seeing it, but that's fine. Hopefully everyone still has their vision today. Taylor Swift, my girl.
Yeah, why don't you tell us what's going on here, Kayla? Because I
did you research this? Because I tried to give you a condensed version.
No, I read all about it, and Kanye, thank you. Conway.
Second time you've done that.
My guy. And the snakes and different comments.
So here's the deal. She's due to come out with a new album. We've all been waiting for it. She went dark on all of her social media accounts, I think last week, where she just unfollowed everybody, including her BFF Abigail, which I was kind of upset about. Like, deleted all of her pictures, all of her tweets, everything. In the last couple of days, she's just tweeted out and Instagrammed a video of what looks like a snake or a snake tail. I thought it was a dragon at first. People are saying it's a snake, and it's kind of like a stab at Kim and Kanye. In a way, it all correlates. Fan theory suggests.
I'm on Team Kim.
What?
I think Kim's comment on the snake was hysterical. Now they have a holiday for everyone. I mean everything.
What do you mean?
Didn't she tweet out about basically Taylor is a snake, and then?
No. So Kanye put Taylor in her song, kind of a vulgar line. She was mad about it when it came out. They said she knew about it because they had a phone conversation about it, and he gave her a heads up, hey, this is what I'm putting in the song, but they weren't completely honest. They didn't tell her everything, and so that's what she was mad about. But they released the phone call that she and Kanye had on like National Snake Day or something, and then Kim put snake emojis, and so then this is supposedly coming back. She always gets the last word, and I love her for that.
Is this really what's going on right now? Are you Taylor Swift's spirit animal?
I want to be her friend.
I mean, look at what's going on. You're just like fixing your hair just like Taylor does. I think you guys, Taylor.
I'm just trying to
be friends with Kayla.
I'm making sure you're informed.
No, I'm informed. I'm there. Thank you.
But yeah, so there's also supposedly a 25 in this snake.
Did you get this blouse from Taylor? Or was this?
How long did we go without you commenting on my shirt?
Maybe it looks like from Mars. Maybe.
Do I look like a founding father?
You do. You're like George Washington himself right there.
I won't tell you what the name of this blouse is called.
The Washington blouse?
No, I think there's another name for it.
Okay. No,
My girl Melania wore it.
I really believe that you and Taylor should form a bond.
I would love that.
Okay, so let's make it happen.
Oh, but like I was saying, so there's supposedly a 25 in the snake, which means they think her new album's going to drop this Friday. And I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay.
Thrilled.
Moving on to losers.
Yes. I actually enjoy
the Cubs.
I enjoy her music. Well, yeah, okay.
Finish your sentence, what were you going to say?
I enjoy Taylor's music. I do.
We all do.
Okay.
You
now we can talk about the Cubs
friends.
are losers. It's not the Cubs themselves. It's actually their fans, who I am one of. Miguel Montero comes back to Wrigley Field. Miguel Montero, hashtag Miggy.
You guys aren't the classiest group of fans, as we saw with the Bartman saga.
You love to bring that up as opposed to the always classy St. Louis Cardinals fans, which are just torture. But so the point though, Miguel Montero, Miggy, he did
a lot for you all.
He drove in the winning run of the World Series, ending the 108-year drought, and he comes back and you boo him because...
No respect.
Just very poor, because he talked out about a couple teammates who, by the way, didn't have that big of a problem with it. And
going to get beers after the game.
Cub fans just felt the need to boo Miggy. Miguel Montero also had a grand slam in Game 1 of the NLCS against the Dodgers in the 8th inning. They don't win that game. They probably don't win the World Series. They lost the next two. Miggy.
What's wrong with you all?
We're idiots. Some of us.
Well, we knew that.
Not necessarily any of you, but maybe.
But yeah, that was not cool.
It wasn't. Miguel Montero deserved a standing ovation at Wrigley, even though he left discarded in the middle of the year after speaking out against Jake Arrieta and his inability to hold runners, which he shouldn't have said, but it doesn't matter.
Arrieta doesn't even care. They're over it.
Right. He won you the World Series. We can move on now.
All right. Also in Major League Baseball, umpires wearing white wristbands in protest.
The worst protest of all time. What's wrong with you people?
Let me get this straight. So they're wearing wristbands because they want more respect from players? And that's a bad thing?
Yes, you're an umpire. Water off a duck's back. You're a duck. You don't care. You don't care what players say. You don't care what they say in the media. You're an umpire. Nobody comes to pay and see you. They come and pay to see the players. You can't speak out on the players, but the players can speak out on you. That's how it works.
Is it? I don't think that seems fair.
It's not fair. They're umpires. They're not as important as the players.
I think everyone should respect everybody.
Okay, yeah, that's not how it works. This is real life. And
I think you could get mad about calls, but I don't think there's any reason for name calling.
There wasn't. Angel Hernandez is bad at his job. He's been bad at his job for a long time. And Ian Kinsler had an opinion on that, and he said it. By the way, he was fined 10 grand, which is the equivalent of $1 to you or me. But it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just have to know where you stand in life, and having a protest by putting on a stupid wristband for a day.
This is a little cheeseballish.
Just get out of here. Enough. We don't need the umpires anyway. Robot umps are just fine. Don't need a home plate umpire. Just go robot. I'd rather have a robot.
Now you're talking crazy.
No, it's coming. We're gonna have a robot behind home plate.
That'll be on our 31st episode of Carm Kayla.
I don't know about 31st, but maybe our 131st.
Okay.
Go Kayla.
Also in our weekly losers is the Indiana Pacers organization. You want them to leave Magic Johnson alone.
Yes. Let's also deal in reality. Of course, Magic Johnson wants Paul George on the Lakers. Of course, there are tampering rules. But look,
So you think this happened and you just don't think they should be upset about it?
I think it goes on all the time. Of course, players and...
Why are they doing this with the Lakers when I'm sure a lot of teams were doing this with Paul George?
Well, first of all, the Indiana Pacers traded Paul George to Oklahoma City.
Right, so we're not in trouble, and that's all I care about.
Well, there you go. But like, what are you guys angry about? Whether he tampered or not, you made the deal, and it's not like.
Is this perhaps wanting to go after them since that might be a landing spot for George after this year?
Right, of course, and that was the story that for a while now that the Lakers were going to be the landing spot for Paul George, and Indiana felt very hurt by this. But if Indiana had built a successful team, then Paul George would have been willing to stay. Instead, he's like, well, it can't get any worse staying in Indiana. I'll go out in LA and be where I want to be and hopefully be a part of a winner. The players have a right to go wherever they want to go. and it's got nothing to do with Magic Johnson. Don't file tampering charges. Be a man. Move forward.
Pacers are just trying to keep us honest.
The Pacers are acting like an infant, and they need to get over it.
Alrighty then. Weekly winners. We had a lot of feel-good stories this week. It was hard to choose. But first up is a Spanish swimmer taking a stand, 71-year-old, which, by the way, I didn't know 71-year-olds still competed in swimming. Fernando Alvarez was competing in the Masters World Championship in Budapest over the weekend and asked for a minute of silence for all the victims that were killed in Barcelona last week. And they said no, but he did it anyway. And for that, he forfeited his possibly winning the thing.
Yeah, his time wasn't even...
There he is, standing there while everyone else is jumping in.
And then he jumped in and swam, but his record is when his time did not count because he had waited however long he waited. Hey man, that's the guy that put his money where his mouth is. Just hey, I want to get some social awareness going on, and I'm going to give up my race. So you, sir, are a winner. I appreciate you. Nice job. And I can't believe you're still doing swim competitions at 71. Everybody else in that pool looked like they were 30. It's impressive.
My grandma still swims laps, and she's like 85.
What's your grandma's name?
Ruth Driscoll.
Grandma Ruth, I see you. Does Ruth watch the show?
Yeah, actually she does.
Does Ruth have a
big fan of Facebook.
She's got a Facebook.
Yep. She'll love this shout out.
Ruth Driscoll?
Driscoll.
Hi Ruth. Thanks for watching.
Next feel-good story of the week. This is what sportsmanship is all about in a Little League World Series game between Venezuela and the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic pitcher blew, what, 2-run...
He gave up a walk-off 2-run double up
at the very end.
Up 2-1, yes.
Fell to the ground, really, crying. And the Venezuelan coach came over, helped him up. The players came over, gave him a hug. Here they are going through the line. Oh my gosh. I cried watching this.
The winner is all of Little League. Some great sportsmanship.
This is teaching your kids great lessons.
And young Edward Uceta, who gave up the hit, was having a tremendous tournament, but he'll always remember giving up the 2-run double.
A great reminder that it's just a game.
It is just a game, although you're playing in the Little League World Series in front of your parents, in front of your friends, on TV. That's a pretty intense spot. And he cried.
It's a lot for a kid.
He cried like a little kid. Way to get your emotions out. Good job, Edward, and tremendous job by everybody on that field for consoling and being just great people.
Wonderful example to us all.
Yes, absolutely.
And our final winner of the week are fans of John Cena for turning the tables. Obviously, John Cena is notorious for being great to his fans. He was voted one of the world's most charitable athletes. He's granted over 500 wishes for Make-A-Wish, and this time his fans surprised him. So, did you watch the video?
I sure did. But
they bring him in. He reads thank you notes aloud from his fans, and then he has no idea, they're all watching behind a wall, and so then they all come out and surprise him and hug him and tell him how much that he's meant to them and how he's pushed them to keep moving forward and never give up, and everyone had a different scenario, but it was really beautiful.
I want to give him a hug too.
I do too. I bet he gives great hugs. Look at those arms.
Okay, I'm a little uncomfortable now. Can we end the show?
Yes.
When can you watch Carm Kayla?
Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Fansided. Where can you follow us, Carm?
Well, most importantly, you can follow Kayla at Kayla Knierim. I'm at the Carm. The show's at Carm and Kayla. Great to be with you.
30th in the books.
Number 30, Kayla. I'll always remember it.
Here's to 30 more.
30 more.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.